Greetings everyone, my name is Daniel. I'm in group 11, which consists of me and Muhammad Farid. And for this video, we are going to present about the Malaysian budget for 2024. First of all, country budgeting refers to the process by which a government plans and allocates its financial resources to meet various public needs and demands. It involves creating a comprehensive budget that outlines government revenues, expenditures, and financial policies for a specific period, often in fiscal year. The primary goals of country budgeting include effective allocation of resources, achieving economic stability, promoting public welfare, and supporting long-term economic growth. And in this case, in 2024, our Prime Minister, Anwar Ibrahim, the 10th Prime Minister of Malaysia, alongside Deputy Finance Minister Datuk Seri Ahmad Maslan and Stephen Sim in the Parliament lobby, has presented the 2024 budget, which is 393.8 billion and is a increase compared to last year, 2023. So as we all know, a large sum of our country's income comes from the income tax, followed by borrowings and government assets. And the rest of it are from non-tax revenue, other direct tax and indirect tax. Now, where will the money go? Now, how the government will spend it? Well, a large sum of it goes to development expenditure, and some of it will go to subsidies, debt service charge, retirement charges, and emoluments. Emoluments refers to salaries to the government. And a small quantity of it goes to grants, transfers to state government, and supplies and service. As for the fiscal position, our country will have a smaller budget deficit compared to last year. Operating expenditure will also increase this year. Gross development expenditure will decrease, and overall expenditure has decreased. Alongside with the revenue, due to increase in direct and indirect tax, the government debt will also retain 65% below, which is 62%, which is good.
Economic Outlook 2024. You can see here some of the outlook based on the data that have been collected. Slowing world economic growth. Growth across all regions are expected to moderate in the near term, mainly due to the tight policy stances to counter inflation. Growing geoeconomics fragmentation and the fallout from recent deterioration in financial conditions. The Asians 5 countries are expected to outpace global growth, supported by steady domestic demand. Growth forecasts are expected to exceed last year's rate across the board. The economy will be supported by construction and tourism-related activities. The latest News Industrial Master Plan (NIMP) 2030 should act to revitalize Malaysia's major sector. Private sector spending will be supported by the improving labor market conditions and the favorable business sentiment. Balancing FDIs and DDIs. Based on H1 2023 performance, total approved investment is expected to exceed the 2018 until 2020 average. The government has also expressed intention to attract other major companies to invest in the country. Inflation remains under control, both CPI and PPI moderated, in line with easing inflationary pressure. Unemployment returns to the pre-pandemic level. The increasing in labor force participation rate and improved youth employment situation resulted in lower unemployment rate.
And now, as we all know, that for this year, the government will focus on the development of the country, which will also resort to the citizens having lower subsidies compared to last year. which is not looking good, bruh. So hopefully for this year, with hopes and prayers, will this year go smoothly. Thank you.